Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of what we are calling the Evergreen Edition. Why the Evergreen Edition? This is an edition where we are hosting people who are heroes of faith, who have been there, who have fought a good fight, who have done great things, and who have nuggets of wisdom who they can share. But they are not tired, so they are still with us, they are still serving. And so, but we want them to share with the younger generation, even the ones we are calling the Gen Z. So I have with me a great man who has been a mentor and a father to myself and to many others in the church, to PCA Dome, and I know to other sectors. But first of all, I'll give him an opportunity to say hi to us, and also even just briefly tell us about his family, maybe about the wife and the children as we continue. Karibu sana kiongozi.
Yeah, asante sana. My name is Luis Ndirangu Kibui, a family man of one wife with 4 children and a number of grandchildren. I've been in Thome for over 30 years, but I joined PCA Thome in 2002, and I've been there supporting my wife, who is an elder in the church, and it has been fantastic, feeling good, serving God in various capacities: Christian education, development, and even as in mass ministry, and also as a deacon. It has been wonderful serving God, and it's paid to serve God. Thank you.
Awesome. If you don't mind, maybe you can mention the names of your children, because I know we'll send them the link so that they know that you appreciate them and maybe what they do. Yes.
My firstborn is called Cynthia Nyaguthi Firi. She's married in Marawi, and she's a consultant there with the World Bank. The second-born is a nurse, Joyce Wangui. The third-born is Martin Ndirangu, Kibui Ndirangu, who works in Sweden as a computer engineer. And the last-born is Christine Wanjogo, who works from home on an NGO.
Wow, that is very interesting. Rich history and rich blessing of the children. And so we thank God because of them. And also we, of course, recognize your wife, Elder Mrs. Ndirangu, who has served faithfully. That is in, do you call it Garden Ridges? We call it?
Riverside District.
Riverside District.
But
yes.
It started as District 2, which covered all the way from Kiabu Road to Thika Road.
But yes. Now currently Riverside District.
Yes.
Wow. Which of course Eledana Jenga took it up recently.
Yes.
Wow, awesome. Now I want us to start from a very different point of view. Let's start with your career. What did you study as your profession?
Well, initially I was a government auditor with the Controller and Auditor General for a number of 16 years. And then after that I joined the banking industry, where I worked for another 13 years. And thereafter I went into private companies, worked for another 10 years.
Wow. Until you retired? Did you retire?
Until I retired.
So now you do your private businesses?
Private work.
Private work.
Yes.
Wow, that is very interesting, working for government, working for all these places. Now, what can you tell to a young person who is trying to find themselves now that you've worked with the government, with the bank, with the private sector? What do you tell them as they are preparing themselves in their career? What are the key things that you can tell maybe a younger you looking back, to that younger person, younger version of Bwana Ndirangu?
I know these things are difficult, When we started working, it was easy getting jobs, but today I know it's difficult. But it's not trust. Let's not choose careers. Work is there, as even the government is saying, but we should not gear ourselves only to white collar jobs. Don't choose jobs thinking that they are self-satisfying. Do go out there, see what you can do for yourself and for our God, and you will still find something that you can be able to do. Things are not easy. Nothing will come from nowhere. You must work for it so that you can be able to sustain yourself and your family.
So do what you can where you are.
Yes.
Do your best.
You do your best.
That is wonderful. One of your greatest impact and legacy is the work that you've done with the Garden Estate School. Tell us about how it started. Did it start as an accident or it was intentional? You decided. How did you find yourself there? I found you working there. We've partnered to do a lot in the school. Tell us about your journey, seeing the school up to where it is right now.
It has been an interesting job. We started, I can't even remember when we started serving, pastoring, ministering to the school. But I do remember in 2017, February, we went to the school, we ministered to the children, and one teacher came and told us, these children are normally very hungry. We could see the ravages, how beaten they were looking. We were having to walk away from Maruroi, Githogoro, and even Zimmerman. And some of them, we were given stories of how they come to school without even a single meal the whole day. And we were given a story by one of the teachers, who was by then also an elder in PCA.
Sorry, because of the interference, maybe you can go back at it again. What, they stay the whole day without food?
They stay without food. And they sleep without even food. So one of the elders, who is who was also from PCA, told us how one child went to her back, fished out what was there, and ate it. And when the child was asked, why did you do this? The child said, well, I had not eaten. Yesterday I didn't eat anything. I have come today to school without even having eaten anything. And then I remember we were with Reverend Fuli. And Reverend Fuli told me, Mr. Ndirangu, these children, it was a February. He told me, come March, I want these children to start eating. And from that time, we didn't have any kitchen from where we could feed the children. But we started giving them porridge from the kitchen from secondary school kitchen, who are people who are very generous to allow us to use their kitchen and give these children some unji. We make sure this unji is completely wholesome. It has maize meal, whole maize meal. It has sorghum, millet, and weebi, all that combination. And we started, and for one term they gave us a kitchen, and the church was very generous, was able to build its own kitchen at the primary school from where it could feed now the children. Now, the second term, that's when we started feeding the children, the very, very needy children, and the standard aids. We started giving them meals. And the very, very needy children, we accommodated them. And from that time, it has been all we go through. We have been feeding them without failure. And we have seen tremendous improvement in the performance of those children. And also the attendance has very, very much improved.
So now, maybe what is it that you feel that involvement of the church to the school, what impact do you feel has been so great to the school, and where personally you look at that work and you say it is not in vain? Do you have stories of a student who had no future and they were able to even pursue their career? Do you have someone who wanted to give up and they were able to catch up? What is the impact of the work that has been done to the school?
It has been tremendous. After we saw even some of the children performed very well, we agreed those who have passed very well will not let them down. We will continue with their education. We will meet their bills in the secondary school. And currently, I know there are about 4 children that we are paying. We are giving scholarships after performing very well. We have other partners who have come up to partner with us, and we are working together to see the needs of these children are met. And the church is doing its mandate to continue the job that Christ was doing when he was still on earth, to feed the hungry, to cater for the very needy people, because there is still, apart from the scholarships, the feeding, we are also feeding the needy at this church.
Awesome. I think I have been a witness of the sacrifices that you have personally made, and the team which has been in the Christian education, the former chair, Nina Ishongwa, the current chair, Madam Hainga, and the office members. I have seen the dedication that has been put there to partner for that work. And now, as we're looking into this, I ask myself, the conversation that is there even in the country with the younger people, the ones called the Gen Z, asking for accountability to the leaders and calling them to order, to the extent that now we saw the finance bill getting out, we saw the cabinet secretaries, some of them who are there, in fact, be taken away out of being asked for accountability. What is it that you can tell for people who are in leadership, people who are in influential positions, people who are managing resources that are meant to help in hospitals, meant to help in churches, meant to help in schools? What is your word? Because I know you have experience in government, in schools, and even in church. What is that word that you want to tell that leader who is there, who has an opportunity to change a life? And what can you tell them? How should they go about the opportunity they have to change lives?
Very well. That's a very important question. The life we are living in today, people are just caring about their own stomach. They are not remembering they are working for God. And the job that they were brought into this earth to do. You find people, you find some of the people are very, very corrupt. They are not accountable. But remember, if we start even from the Bible, God was very, very, very conscious about even the liberation of the Israelites. Remember the first book he created, then the second book he liberated, the third one he had to give laws, then he had to count the number of fighting men.
That is in
he
numbers?
Is a government, he is a God of order. And then after that he reminded them the same laws that he had given even previously. And that order in whatever we do, it must be there. And we must be accountable to our people, even to our God, because whatever we have, God has given us not as our own, because everything belongs to God. So we must be accountable to God and to our fellow men, our own citizens. So I admit we have failed, and it's time to reflect and go back to the basics. See where the rain started beating us, and correct our ways, and be accountable, particularly to our Maker, because everything belongs to Him. It's not ours. Let's remember, we are just caretakers. Nothing belongs to us, and nothing in the end. Whatever we may look for, all things in this world, material things, but finally they will mean nothing to us.
Wow, we say a big thank you for your time and for your nuggets of wisdom. We know we've only scratched the surface. If you go to your stories about what you've been through, your experiences, even growing up in the village, and your experience now in town, I know we need to make some other time to talk about all of that. But I think someone has picked something from all the things that you've shared, and we pray that the Lord will continue to grace you. We like it when we see you very active. I know you challenge so many people and they tell you, how come we can't even do half of what you do every day? And so we are happy. Because of that. And so we want to trust that the Lord will continue to keep you and your family and give you many years to enjoy the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, and more than that, to mentor other people and to show them this is the way. Waswahili wanasema ya kwamba palipo na wazee hapaharibiki jambo. So one word from you to the family, to the church, to the community makes a difference, a positive difference. But we are so grateful for the many years of service, for the dedicated sacrifices, and the very great vision that many of us are picking up to continue with the work, to make sure that it goes to the next level. God bless you. We thank you for your watching, and we trust that you've learned from Bwana Lewis Ndirangu, and we thank God that in this Evergreen edition, we know we are touching lives and changing lives. Remember, we are a big team of the PCA Thome Online, the media team, and we thank God because of all the producers and the editors and the videographer, Victor, who is with us today behind the screen. And we want to pray that this work continues. Thank you for your time. This is PCA Thome pointing you to Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.